Hello, everybody! It's been a while, I'm so sorry. So, as a few of you may know, every year since 2021, I've run a fandom week called Ace Alastor Week, and this is gonna be the 5th year, and I'm really excited, and I hope you, if you're an artist and you like Has Been Hotel, maybe consider joining. I will go over what a fandom week is and the prompts themselves in just a second. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm gonna be drawing a comic like I do every year. Wow, every year since 2022. You can download the previous year comics on my Ko-Fi, but this year it's gonna be a continuation of my last year's comic. So that's gonna be super fun, and I'm going to be streaming the whole process on YouTube and possibly Twitch, but maybe just YouTube. So subscribe, and hopefully I keep my promises. So, what is a fandom week? A fandom week is just a set of prompts over 7 days that everyone participates in, and it's just a good way to build connections in the little micro communities within the fandom. So, Has Been Hotel is a really big fandom. I will link below to a fandom initiative, which makes lots of different weeks. If you ever need anything to draw, and you like Has Been Hotel, just pop in there and you'll see a bunch of people participating in lots of different things. They're called the Has Been Art Initiative, I hope. Yeah, so those are fandom weeks. You get a bunch. Mainly for like ship communities. This is probably the only fandom week that isn't specifically for a ship. But as we'll go through the prompts, you'll see there's lots of shipping opportunities, and every ship is welcome. So yeah, okay. So checking the script. What have I not said? Editing mouse here. I didn't even mention it. Like Ace Alastor Week this year is gonna be on March 31st to April 6th, April 6th being International Asexuality Day, so I always try to include that day in the week. So, yes, March 31st to April 6th. Mark your calendars. Okay, so, I guess since this is the first video about Ace Alastor Week, I'll go through the history a little bit. So, in 2021, I started Ace Alastor Week in response to a lot of people in the fandom, even asexuals in the fandom, saying that Alastor's sexuality shouldn't be represented in the show because it's more true to the Ace experience that asexuality is invisible even within our own lives. And honestly, I just didn't agree with that sentiment. Like, asexuality has touched every part of my life. Like, if I wasn't asexual, I'm sure I'd be married with kids by now. And neither of those two things are true. In fact, I've never had a date before. But that's probably just because I spend all day in my room drawing comics for a niche indie cartoon. And also, like, asexuality, it affects your life in ways you don't even really consider it to. Like, every year or so they take an ace census and we look at how similar we are to each other. Like, for some reason, asexuals are so much more likely to be non-binary in gender. That's something that is measurable within the community. We have culture in just occupying fandom spaces. A lot of us fictosexuals. I don't know if that might apply to anyone here. But that's pretty common. And so we are, if asexuality didn't exist, maybe fandom culture itself wouldn't exist. So, something to think about. We could talk about rent discrimination, how hard it is to find rent as an asexual in this fucking country. I hate it so fucking much. Like, yeah, so like, being asexual, it's affected my relationships, my gender identity, my hobbies, I can't just subscribe to this idea that the perfect asexual representation is not being represented. That doesn't sound very nice. So I started Asexual Alastor Week in 2021 to combat this idea of being invisible, and that's where this very first splash screen of the Ace Alastor week came from. And it's just been going strong every year. So I've always worked under the ethos that I don't expect anyone to join these weeks. These weeks are a little bit for myself mostly, and when people join in, it's really nice to see everyone celebrating and accepting the Ace identity. My work in particular is very education focused. In 2021, 2022, I just drew the prompts as normal. Then in 2023 and 4, I did educational comics for the week. I've done other Ace comics beforehand, but I specifically drew those two for the Ace Alastor week. So the first one was The Gate and the Keeper, which was a little exploration into intra-community gatekeeping. So if you'd like to check that one out, that's free to download on the Ko-Fi. And the second week, I haven't colored it yet. I should probably get around to that. I broke my wrist after drawing last year's comic, so I've been in recovery for that for quite a while. Not literally broke my wrist, but like I sprained it or something really bad. And it's I got a new physiotherapist a couple of weeks ago, which has been instrumental in my recovery. So I'm feeling really good about getting ahead of the comic this year and not destroying my wrist again. Anyway, so last year I did Fail Friends, which was an exploration into Ace shipping, sort of like fictosexual adjacent exploration of like how asexuality connects to shipping culture and shipping in general. And then this year I'm going to be doing a continuation of Fail Friends, where the cast visits a convention, and it's gonna be it's not really going to be set in the convention, but it's going to be an exploration into Ace relationships, Ace for Ace, and then mixed sexuality, asexual relationships. Because, frankly, asexuals get into relationships all the time, and that is also a thing that should be represented. Fandom. I guess now we can talk about the prompts. So the first prompt is going to be Multiverse Monday, on a Monday. And this is Alastor meets or hangs out with your other favorite Ace headcanons or Ace characters from across all media. So this prompt is mainly for me because I've always wanted to see Alastor interact with Todd from BoJack Horseman. I think that would be really cute for Alastor to be introduced to asexuality by some cool people like Todd. Someone mentioned that he could meet SpongeBob, and funny enough, I love the idea of like Alastor's voice actor being like a SpongeBob impression. I love SpongeBob's voice coming out of Alastor's silly little face. Who else? We don't have many to choose from, I'm gonna be honest. Dexter, I don't like seriously ship Dexter with Alastor. Dexter's the serial killer from the hit TV show Dexter. I heard they're gonna do a prequel series. Maybe next year or something like that. Maybe this year. Anyway, so Dexter's, I don't know if he's like canonically asexual. Like, he was amazing asexual representation until they did the plot twist where he was like really turned on by blood, which I didn't really agree with, to be honest. But everything from before that point it could have been like an Ace themed, like a soap opera. Like, it was so good the way he was like trying to avoid sexual contact with his girlfriend, but like still like liking her and trying to maintain the relationship. I would not get invested in Dexter though, by the way. Like, they kill everyone. They kill all of his love interests. This poor man. Anyway, Tuesday, Ace for Ace Day. It's gonna be, maybe I'll do Dexter and Alastor this day as like a little side thing on top of the comic. But so this is the day just to celebrate asexuals in relationships with other asexuals. This is also a day to celebrate queer platonic relationships. And yeah, so this can be of OC or a headcanon of another character, and maybe Mammon he's canonically asexual now, I suppose. So yeah, so Alastor X Mammon. Oh, you know what I love to do? I love to headcanon Striker as Ace, as like a sex repulsed Ace. I love that headcanon. That's actually gonna be in my comic a little bit. Like, obviously, like, I'm a Vox X Alastor shipper, so that's endgame, but I wanna throw in a little bit of the Striker Ace propaganda into my comic this year. Okay, and now Wednesday, Arrow Ace Appreciation Day. So this is a day technically, Alastor could be Arrow Ace in Ace for Ace Day, and he can be Arrow Ace in the Mixed Sexuality Ship Day, which we will talk about later. But I just wanted a day to, like, maybe do something, like, palette themed with, like, the Arrow Ace flag, or maybe just hanging out with his friends if you don't ship Alastor with anyone at all, and you just want a day where he can, like, be himself, hang out with his friends, drink some bourbon, relax alone in his room, listening to some music by by Mika or something like that. This is just Alastor. If you don't want to draw anyone else with him, you just want to relax with, like, a simple drawing. You just want to celebrate Arrow Ace people existing, taking up space, being in the world, being known, being themselves. This is the day for you. And then Thursday is Cake Day, and in the past, historically, Cake Day has just been, like, drawing Alastor eating cake, and then we did, 1 year we did baking a cake. This year we're just gonna eat a cake. Cake Day falls in the middle of all the prompts this year, so I think Cake Day will be a good day just to relax. Buy yourself a cake, bake a cake if you want. You can take a picture of your cake. That's what I usually take a picture of myself eating a little cake today. So yeah, Cake Day is really just a day to celebrate yourself. Instead, not just Alastor, but yourself. You deserve some cake. You go out, eat some cake. This is the day for cake. Freaky Friday. Okay, this one might take a little bit of explanation if you are not aware. Many of you are aware, but for, like, the 3 people in the back, asexuals have sex. I'm sorry, gotta say it. I gotta say, asexuals can have sex. Like, it's a thing we can do. We don't always, not our first choice of thing to do, but that's something we can do if we want to do it. And so, this is the day to celebrate aces who maybe aren't sex repulsed, or maybe are sex repulsed, but aren't the perfect Puritan angels that people want us to be. So what is a kink? A kink is basically anything. There's a lot of non-sexual kinks, like that Japanese rope art thing. It's, like, not sexual, but it's, like, it feels kind of romantic in, like, a detached sort of way. And you can do the rope thing with your clothes on, so that is also a positive for me. So yeah. So, like, kink, like, even if you're sex repulsed, a lot of aces have kinks, a lot of kinks in fandom fics and stuff for asexual writers. A lot of us, like me, myself, only engage in sort of that sort of side of sexuality through fanfiction. Today is just a day to celebrate your spicy side of your sexuality by just exploring it through Alastor if you want. Although please tag your not safe for work, because this is a shared space and there are sex repulsed asexuals, and even I don't want to see it all the time. So yes, please tag your not safe for work on Freaky Friday. Saturday is the Mixed Sexuality Ship Day. So basically what this is just Alastor being shipped with anyone who's not themselves asexual, which it's just a different vibe, you know? Like an Ace for Ace ship, very chill. A mixed sexuality ship, maybe a little more compromised there. Still just as wonderful and loving and beautiful, but maybe a little more complex there when, like, negotiating the relationship. And yeah, so I feel like mixed sexuality ships, you're in a mixed sexuality ship, that is amazing. Good for you. And I hope you're communicating and everything's going well. That's that. On Sunday is International Asexuality Day. So the IAD does their own event on Sunday, so this is kind of like a free day. But mainly it's just like the standard, like draw Alastor with his flag or with your flag or with any flag you like, really. Just to celebrate Alastor being out and prideful on his sexuality on this International Asexuality Day. I am not affiliated with the official IAD, by the way. I'm just letting you know, just in case. Not affiliated. Usually they run events on their website. I think last year or the year before they did like a 24-hour live stream. That was really fun. So you get to, if you want to learn more about other asexuals, other asexualities, other like things people are doing in the community to help get the cause out there, to help bring more education and acceptance into the greater community. You can check out any of the IAD events and streams and articles that will come out around April 6th. So yeah, it's sort of a day to exist and be yourself. So yeah, that is Ace Alastor Week 2025. Hit the splash screen I will link below so you don't lose track of anything. I hope I explained everything well. Like, it's hard to explain the kink thing because I'm sort of the stereotypical asexual who like just doesn't do anything. I just sit under a rock all day and draw comics. Oh, I'm also Ace. I don't know if I mentioned that on Wednesday, but I am Ace, so Ace Appreciation Day is a day to appreciate me. Yeah, I hope that's everything. I'm really happy with my art, I'm gonna be honest. Like, look how good that looks. I'm so happy! I mean, I probably had splashes of my previous art on the screen. I did all of those drawings as well, so you can tell how proud I am if you saw those drawings. Okay, well, I think that's everything. Subscribe for the streams! Okay, goodbye!